What if fear isn't something to avoid, but something to actually use? I recently reread The 50th Law by Robert Greene and 50 Cent, and I want to share with you how I'm using a lot of the key ideas from the book to live a more fearless life. Of course, the book is all about fear and how to overcome it and actually embrace fearlessness. But there's a difference between fear and scared. Fear is a state of being, it's a state of mind, whereas scared is a response, an emotional response to some sort of threat. And fearlessness, really, it's a muscle. And just like muscles, it can be grown through small, repetitive acts, like at the gym. But in this case, with fearlessness, it's through small, repetitive acts of courage. Think of it as really an act of courage that is in that sweet spot that only you really know. It's a sweet spot of not being too simple and easy that you dismiss it and you're like, it's not a challenge for you, but not too hard that it's so challenging you would never want to do that again. You might be traumatized, who knows. You want to find that sweet spot where it's the right challenge for you, but also not too challenging that you never even want to do it either. So find that sweet spot for you and really look at what's one bold move I can make, even if it's scary. Whether that's today, this week, next year, what is that bold move for you? Allow yourself time to sit down and really think about what fear is holding me back. What does this fear look like? They say the biggest fear that people have is the fear of just truly being themselves. So if you want to live a full life, you must fully embrace who you are and be responsible for your life. Remember, you are unique, you are capable of many things, and there's no one like you that will ever exist again or has ever existed. And also know that your time is limited. So live each day being fully who you are, embracing who you are, because you're actually depriving the world of you, of being the best version of you possible. There's only one you ever that there ever will be. So just remember that. Embrace who you are and allow the world to see who you actually are. Part of embracing who you are is looking at the world through intense realism, being able to actually look at the reality of the situation, not what you were hoping for or getting overwhelmed and just quitting because things are getting too tough. Just looking at the situation for what it is, whether yourself, the scenario, whatever it might be. You can then take any bad situation and find a way to seize the difficulty. How can you use the difficulty in a way that will actually benefit you? Whether you're going to learn from the situation, or you can use this difficult situation to your advantage, whatever that looks like. If you can even use it by 1%, that's great. That's an improvement. But with using the difficulty, also be willing to take extreme ownership. Jocko Willink. In other words, be intensely yourself, but also be intensely accountable for what you're doing in your life. You are responsible for your life, no one else. But also be fully you as well. Don't wait for other people to do you favors or to lean on other people. Focus on going out and getting what's yours. Of course, not like in some like arrogant kind of way, but seizing the opportunity, going out and working towards your goals, not waiting for some fairy tale thing of someone else is going to bring you your goal. You have to work for the goal and go after it. Of course, ask other people for help, and you can help other people along the way, of course, but you don't want to wait or hope or even expect that someone else or some other thing is going to come and hand you your goal and just give it to you. You got to work for it. So be accountable for your own life through extreme ownership and really embracing who you are and being you throughout that entire process, because when you fully embrace you and show up as the full version of you, you will leave this impression on other people as you go about in your process, where you're going to just draw people to you because no one's ever seen a version like you, a person like you before, because you're really tapping into that small little thing that makes you uniquely you. So of course, we're all humans at the end of the day, but there's little parts of each of us that make us uniquely individual. Then the next lesson is just embracing the suck. Find joy in the work. Find pleasure in your work. You want to take work, you want to take pleasure, and you want to align the two together, and so that you're not able to differentiate between the two. There's no dividing line between work and pleasure. They're the same thing. So when you show up to work, you're enjoying the actual process itself. You're not waiting for some end result to then feel fulfilled or to feel joy. You just enjoy the work so you can enjoy the process, and that is the reward itself. And why do I say that? Because through that will allow you to then develop mastery. If you've read any of Robert Greene's work, he has a full book on mastery, but really in this book he talks about how mastery is the best way to go ahead and really transform your life upwards through mastering some sort of skill set. That is really the ultimate goal. Through this process and adventure of pursuing mastery, you can be of service to others, be open to understanding and learning from other people, not taking feedback personally, but just taking it as current information, detaching from whatever outcome, but also just make sure you're also being useful along the way. Be useful along your journey. Along your road to mastery, be useful. Be willing to help serve other people. Be honest, of course. Don't say you're a master if you're not a master, but along your journey of mastery, be helpful to other people, be kind, and you'll strengthen yourself along the way and help others strengthen along the way, so then you can both grow towards mastery. Remember that fear is a mindset. Fearlessness is a state of mind, a state of being. My favorite quote from the book right there: you have to be willing to make small incremental steps of progress, and there's nothing you won't be able to accomplish so long as you're willing to just put in the work and put in the consistency and time. Then showing up as yourself, giving yourself permission to be fully who you are, seizing any difficulties and anything in your life that's happening, seize it fully, wholeheartedly, intensely, while still being yourself, and then embrace the suck. Find joy in the work and find work in the joy, and enjoy the overall process. Through this, I wish you the best on becoming fearless and becoming truly who you're meant to be. Remember, today's a great day to have a great day, so have a great day, and thanks for watching.